Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving headfirst into artificial intelligence, cutting through the hype and separating the science fiction from, well, the everyday facts. So let's just confront the elephant in the room right away. Popular media loves to paint AI as either this world-ending Terminator coming for us all, or, an infallible magic wand that's going to instantly solve every single one of humanity's problems. But the truth? It's actually way more grounded. As we're going to see, AI isn't magic, and it definitely isn't a monster. Fundamentally, it's a tool.
To make all this completely accessible, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover sci-fi versus AI reality, simple analogies for complex tech, AI in your daily life, busting common AI myths, limitations and essential guardrails, and finally, embracing our AI future. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Sci-fi versus AI reality.
Believe it or not, this all started way back in the 1950s, specifically during the Summer Dartmouth Conference in 1956. That's when John McCarthy first coined the term artificial intelligence. He used it to describe creating machines capable of human intelligence. But here's the kicker. His goal was just to create systems that could plan, reason, and solve problems. That is a far cry from the emotional, self-aware beings we see in the movies.
Which brings us to Section 2, simple analogies for complex tech.
If the tech jargon gets confusing, just imagine a friendly robot librarian. Picture a librarian that has read every single book, watched every video, and listened to every online conversation out there. Because it has that massive, unbelievable memory, if you ask it a question, it can guess the best possible answer simply because it's seen so many similar things before. That's basically how an AI model works as a knowledge machine. It just uses a mountain of data to predict outcomes.
You can also think of AI as a super student. You know, the one who actually does all their homework and is incredibly good at spotting patterns? By recognizing what usually happens next after reading hundreds of examples, this student makes really accurate guesses. Actually, this is the exact same logic behind the autocomplete feature on your smartphone that finishes your texts.
And this brings up a great way to understand the difference between machine learning and deep learning. Think of machine learning like a beginner carefully following a step-by-step recipe book using specific ingredients. It learns from data using algorithms. Deep learning, on the other hand, is like a highly experienced chef experimenting in the kitchen. It finds complex patterns totally on its own to create entirely new dishes, completely without explicit, step-by-step instructions.
All right, let's look at Section 3, AI in your daily life. The crazy thing is, you don't even have to wait for the future to use this tech. It's already hiding in plain sight. From the second your phone recognizes your face to unlock, to those scarily accurate recommendations on your favorite streaming apps, AI is continuously analyzing your behavior. It spots your unique patterns to make everyday tasks faster, smarter, and super tailored to what you like. It is honestly fascinating to see how our daily routines map directly to advanced AI functions. Just commuting, AI is crunching real-time traffic and weather data to predict delays. Mindlessly scrolling social media, it's measuring your watch time and pauses to curate your feed. Same with online shopping or tracking your sleep with a smartwatch. It really proves that AI is a practical, everyday tool right now, not some distant, futuristic threat.
And the tech is evolving so fast. As we look ahead toward 2026, voice assistants and smart devices are actually shifting from just reacting to your commands to proactively anticipating your needs based on the patterns they've learned. Just imagine waking up to find your house has already adjusted the thermostat, opened the blinds, and started the coffee, all because your smart home AI already knows your morning routine.
Let's move on to Section 4, busting common AI myths.
We have to clear the air on some of these myths. No matter how realistic a chat with an AI feels, and you've definitely heard people claim they might be gaining consciousness, the reality is it completely lacks true understanding. It's really just data-powered mathematical algorithms doing their thing. It's just predicting the next logical word in a sequence, without a single shred of actual human emotion or self-awareness.
Here's another pervasive misconception. Feeding an AI more data will automatically make it better. Nope. Think of it like a student studying from a textbook that's full of errors. If you feed an AI bad, flawed, or messy data, you're going to get bad answers. Data quality, meaning clean, diverse, and relevant info, is absolutely paramount. It's way more important than just having massive amounts of data.
And then there's the big one, the fear that AI is going to replace entire teams and create widespread unemployment. Well, the reality is far more optimistic. If we embrace AI as a collaborative tool for augmentation, it actually enhances our human capabilities. It automates the boring, repetitive stuff, which frees us up to be more creative and strategic. It's presenting opportunities for innovation and creating entirely new roles in the workforce.
Let's get into Section 5, Limitations and Essential Guardrails.
Because AI is so powerful, we really need to understand its limitations. A critical vocabulary word you absolutely need to remember is hallucination. This happens when an AI model generates plausible-sounding but entirely factually incorrect or nonsensical information. It'll say it with total confidence, too. And this perfectly illustrates why we must always fact-check AI outputs rather than just blindly trusting them.
AI can also be used to generate deepfakes. These are highly realistic but entirely fake images, audio, and videos. This creates some incredibly serious implications for misinformation and privacy. It means digital media literacy is more important now than ever before. We really have to be actively critical of the media we consume to protect the truth. To combat these very real risks, developers implement what are called guardrails. Since these models train on publicly available web content, which, let's face it, can be incredibly messy, these guardrails act as essential filters. They block harmful, biased, or unsafe inputs and outputs to ensure ethical and reliable use before the AI ever even reaches you.
Ultimately, integrating AI into our society is a massive balancing act. On one hand, we're leveraging its incredible efficiencies to solve big problems and streamline our lives. But on the other, we are meticulously managing its ethical risks and practical drawbacks. It's a constant scale we're trying to keep level.
Finally, Section 6, Embracing our AI Future.
As we wrap up this explainer, we really need to shift our mindset. We have to remember that AI systems are, at the end of the day, just tools. Humans design them, humans build them, humans train them, and yes, humans can shut them down. They are designed to collaborate with us and work for us, not instead of us. So knowing that the friendly robot librarian is already quietly working in the background, helping you navigate traffic, filter your emails, and pick your next binge watch, I want to leave you with this question. How will you use AI as a tool to actively enhance your life, rather than fearing it as a replacement? The tool is right there in your hands. What are you going to build with it? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.